All right, here we are with a Martin. It's one of the Mexican-made Martins, but a very good Mexican-made Martin. It's not one of the cheaper ones. It's one of the middle range ones, and it seems to have had the binding come apart. So Telly is helping me put it back together. So anyway, there we go. So that's showing you the before with the binding loose. I cleaned it up already and did a few other things to the guitar, but just showing you that so that you can see the progress of it with it undone and then the process of putting it back together. It's the binding uses a special acrylic adhesive that's made specifically for the binding. Some people put tight bond on there and stuff like that. The factory uses a special adhesive that I also use because I was trained in some of the Martin techniques by Martin folks that came and trained me. So anyway, I was at one point doing contract work for a Martin repair shop, so I had to be Martin certified. So that's one of the things that I did. But they use a special acrylic adhesive, so I have that same acrylic adhesive. Tight bond will hold it in place. A lot of repair shops use that. It's not the right stuff. It will eventually come off. So I'm going to put this back together, and then I'll shoot a little addition to this video with it completed and explain that. So anyway, talk to you later. All right, back for step two. That's one of these. 2 of those. So here you go. All right, so I've bored Telly into a complete sleep. So there you go. So the method here, this is actually how they do it at the factory, only they have a bench that's dedicated for this sort of thing. But you put the acrylic adhesive on there, tape it in place, get it nice and tight, and when the acrylic adhesive is dry and cured completely, you scrape this with a razor, and that is actually how it's done at the factory. And when you scrape it with the razor, then you come back and polish the finish back out. On these, it's fairly easy to do that because it's a matte finish and it's pretty simple. So anyway, that's the gist of that. However, when you have one of these that the binding comes off, it comes off not because it was put on incorrectly. It comes off because the guitar was left in a hot environment, in the case, in a car, in the heat, in the summertime, stuff like that. The binding, because it's a different material than the wood, will expand and contract at a different rate than the wood, which is why you don't leave a guitar in the heat. When that happens, the binding pops off. When it pops off, what happens is it appears to have shrunk a bit. So you see that I've cut a section out of here. It only actually shrunk about maybe a 1/16 of an inch. But the 1/16 of an inch shrinkage is because of the way it's put on with a heat gun. When it's shaped into these shapes, use a heat gun, and it sort of shrinks the stuff. Once it dries and binds to the guitar, if it pops off, it will not go back on in the same way because it appears to have shrunk, because it actually did shrink a little bit. But that's how it gets nice and tight on there. So anyway, once I get this cured, then I have to put a splice in here, which you do with a little angle cuts so that when you're done blending it, you won't see the splice. But you have to put a splice in there because you can't get the binding back on in one piece because of the shrinkage in the way that it was originally applied. So you put back on the heel of the guitar, you put a little splice in there. So I've done this many times. So anyway, there you go. So that's the gist of how the binding goes back on when it pops off. But another little tip: don't leave a musical instrument in a vehicle in the summertime, actually anytime, because the sun will hit it in the wintertime and heat it up anyway. For the same reason you don't leave your dogs or your children in the car, you don't leave that in the car either, for the exact same reason, because the heat will damage it. So that being said, we'll come back and add to this video when it's complete, and I'll show you the scraping process and how the finish is restored, and we'll go back to a Martin all in one piece. So talk to you later. Bye. This is what I've been working on for the last few days.
Oh, what?
So go ahead and open it up. It's got these latches all over the place. There's two there, and then there's two on the back. It's a bit of a puzzle. So you can grab that handle, you can lift that whole lid, it just lifts right off.
Look at that. Stufflebeam Studio.
So just grab that and the thing and lift it up, and you can see where that latch. Don't hold it by the sign there, but you can put that latch on there. Wow. And then this, if you come back around here, this'll hinge back out like this. It'll hinge out whichever way you want it, like that.
Nice.
And this is a thumb screw.
Oh, look at that.
For your headphone amp, and the Focusrite goes underneath here. And these are all Velcroed up, so you can put the wires.
Wow.
So how about that jazz?
That is awesome, dude. That is awesome.
Guess where the sign? Oh, and this goes like this. It's got little like rubber feet on it, but this comes up this way here with this little foot. Goes like that, and the mixer will go here, and this will set on the table. Wow. And you can put the mixer there and put your laptop there.
Wow.
And I think I measured it correctly where the mixer will fit underneath there when you stow it. And if you go around the other side, you can see your whoever you're recording will see the
logo.
Will see the logo. Alex made that for you.
Thank you, Alex. That is cool.
And then look, it's got IEC plug over there.
Right.
That's hooked to all this power. There's power under here too for the monitor. But that IEC plug has an RF filter on it, so you'll have buzz free.
So it's clean.
Yeah, you'll have buzz free, clean power.
Wow. You've done awesome, dude.
So look at all that. So now you got to fit all your gear in there. Love it.
Wow.
So everybody say hi to Gary from Stufflebeam Studios. There you go. You're famous. All right, here we are. There it is. And there's me in my Hawaiian shirt still. So here we are with Gary put all his gear in. He had to run off for a minute. And so he's not here right at the moment. But he'll be right back. But anyway, I just wanted to show you what it looked final with all the gear in it. How it looks. So here it is. So there it is, all splayed out. So you can see the whole thing. And for some weird reason, it all decided to light up all at once without me touching it. I have no idea. But there it is. The mobile recording rig all assembled, ready to go. Ready with me flipping the phone all different ways. And Stufflebeam Studios. That's what people get to do when they retire. Lucky guy. So anyway, there it is. The portable mobile recording rig from Bauer Custom Creations. Wiggly phone and all. There you go. So there's the deal. Right there. Got the laptop, the mouse pad. There's a Focusrite underneath there with a headphone amp. Dual screens. And a little table for a mixer or for your set lists or whatever it is that you need to put there. So, awesome, custom 100%. So, if any of you guys have some custom gear and you need custom gear cases handmade one at a time, customized to your specific needs, please let me know. Holler at me and I will be happy to do that for you. Like I said, I build them for everything, paddle boards, amps, rack cases, lighting equipment, you name it. You have custom equipment that you need to transport and use in your show, I will make you a case for it that will use the equipment efficiently for you. It'll be easy for you to transport, easy for you to set up and tear down, and it will be safe and it will protect your equipment. So guaranteed. I've done this for probably 25 years. I've been making these cases, and people have them seem to be pretty happy with them. There are several of them floating around the country that the people are just enjoying the crap out of them. So anyway, if I can help you with them, let me know. Be happy to do so. Bye. All right, happy Sunday, everybody. I got Telly over here getting ready to jump up in my lap, I think. Come on. Nah, he just wants some pets. He come in here and see what I'm doing. So anyway, I had quite an interesting weekend. I'm trying to get caught up on some work here. I had to finish Gary's box that I haven't told anybody about on here because I didn't want Gary to see it because it was a surprise. But I made the recording, which I've added to the film here. But I've made a little mobile recording station box for Gary, and I've been working with some speaker cabinets. Somebody brought me that had some speakers torn up, and some Mesa Boogie Black Shadow speakers are built by Celestion, so there's Celestion speakers that says Mesa Boogie on it. But I keep blown speakers around. If the cones are good and the speaker's blown, I'll keep the speaker to use it for the cone. I'll just leave it in one piece. And I've learned how to recone speakers, but I've also learned how to take a good cone out of a blown speaker, how to remove it. Some techniques with the heat gun and things. I can remove the cone and then install that cone into a speaker that's got a good, the speaker's not blown, but the cone got ripped. So I can put the good cone in the good speaker, and transfer it over. And that's what I've done here. I'll show you that here real quick. I'll move the camera. But there's the speaker cone in the one that was ripped, and here's the remnants of the one that was ripped. Just cut that out of there, but it had that for the edges. It was pretty shredded, big chunk taken out of it and so on. But let me get this back over here. Anyway, that's kind of a little light recap of what I've been doing for the weekend. And you can see behind me on the wall back there is the Martin hanging that I've been doing the binding on, and the binding is now back on. I've got to finish the cleanup on it. A little bit of scrape. When you do binding, you have to scrape it with a razor. Believe it or not, that's how the factory does it, and it evens it with the wood surface, and then you polish that out, and it looks like it was blended in with the wood. So I've got it glued in place. It's the adhesive's all set and everything's good. So now I've got to wait a little while, probably tomorrow afternoon, and start doing the scraping. I did a little bit on it today, but it's still a little bit soft, so I got to make sure it cures properly. So once it's completely cured, then I can get in there and I can level that and polish that and put that back together so Gary can have that back. And I'm making progress. I've fixed a portable PA system this afternoon for the guys down in the music store downtown Ardmore. So there's little tidbits here and there. I'm trying to get caught up with the shop because I've got so much work, and I'm blessed, and I'm thankful for that work. But it keeps me here all weekend working on the items, and it's piles up pretty quick. So there's only one of me, and a whole lot of work more than one of me can handle in a short time. So it's taking quite a bit. So I'm doing what I can to get caught up, and we're getting there. So anyway, just wanted to have a little recap with you, and you guys have a great week. We had yesterday I took a little bit of a break in the morning, Saturday morning, and went to the company picnic for the foundry, and which is really cool. That I've never seen anything like that. This company throws this great big shindig out there in the park, and everybody, all the employees come out, and there's food, and there's rides for the kids to go on, and just music and all kinds of things going on, prizes and stuff. and I've never seen anything like that for a company to put on something to that extent and to really take care of their employees that way. So I'm very thankful for that. So that being said, that was my Saturday break. And the rest of it is working in the guitar shop. Work all week long and then come here and work all week again. So that's all right though. I'm thankful to have the work and I appreciate it. So you guys have a great week. Have a great upcoming week. Be safe. God bless all of us, and I mean that from the heart. We've seen what kind of tragedies have happened recently. So we're all human beings. Let's all be decent to each other. That's I'm not going to get all crazy on it and all that. But those that know me know my views on things. But there's no reason for us to be cruel to each other. There's no reason for us to be cruel at all. So you know what? We're all human beings. Give each other a break. Say something nice to somebody. Shake someone's hand. Be polite. Be pleasant. Be caring and kind. It doesn't hurt to be kind. So that being said, God bless you all, and I'll see you next week and throughout the week. Bye.